Wait, before you scroll and watch 10 other YouTube videos about how to start an online business, give this one a shot and actually watch it to the very end, because I can promise you, this is pretty much the only video you need to successfully start and launch an online business within the next 30 days. If you are an entrepreneur, a course creator, or a coach, and you care about creating a lot of impact while creating income, you're in the right spot. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Richard. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a high performance coach, and over the past 12 months, I've generated well over $750,000 in course sales and coaching sales. And now I wanna share with you how to do that as well. But more relevant to you, in the first 30 days that I actually launched my first coaching program, which is a productivity course, I actually made over $50,000. And that's what I wanna show you how to do today, the tactical know-how. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. Now, first and foremost, what exactly is the product that you're gonna sell in order to actually generate capital? It turns out that there's so many different kinds of products you can sell, from a physical e-commerce product, like a laptop, to a keyboard, to a desk. It could also range to something like digital programs, like an online course or coaching. I would encourage for you to look deep inside of you and see what kind of skill set are you able to pass on to someone else that you could then charge money for. Because that's 100% zero product cost. If you sell a digital course, if you provide coaching through digital means like a phone call or a Zoom call, you are not having any kind of cost of goods sold like if you were to sell a physical product like a pen. Also, you're not having to deal with shipping, cost of goods sold, the customer service that comes with it, when packages get lost. Let's stick with a digital product. So now that we've decided on a digital product, first and foremost, let's figure out what exactly is it that we want to create. So this is called step one, identifying your niche. And so to figure out exactly what you want to do, it's actually not that difficult. I just want you to take a look at your own life. Look at your own transformation that you've gone through. What is some kind of painful moment that you used to struggle with that you've been able to figure out and successfully figure out on your own? For myself, I was a college student and I had terrible grades when I first got into UCLA. I was struggling academically and I did not have very good productivity and time management skill sets. However, over the period of 2 to 3 years, I was able to cultivate and learn the skills through my own self-education so that I was crushing 4.0 GPAs and having more time for friends and family as a university student. And so I took that transformation and I packaged it into a $500 course that has now helped over 800 people while making me over $500,000. And so for you, I just want you to think, what is a transformation that you have perhaps gone through? And if you're still having a little trouble finding out what your niche is, I actually have a dedicated short 10-minute video where I show you how to step-by-step find your niche. I'll leave that video here in the corner of the screen. Feel free to check it out right now and come back to this, or watch it once you're done with this video. Now, once you figure out what your niche is, the second step is to go ahead and test the waters with an MVP. MVP stands for a minimum viable product. Now, I can't take credit for this idea because I actually learned MVP strategy from the most successful companies in the world. If you can think of Twitter, Spotify, Uber, all of these companies all started with an MVP. And an MVP is simply a very basic form of what your product is going to be that takes the least amount of effort to create while bringing in maximal amounts of learning to see if your product is actually going to succeed. Because the worst thing that you can do is to build a product for 6 months and trying to get it perfect. And by the way, perfect doesn't actually exist, but you try to get it perfect and then you sell it and you get nothing, you get crickets. And that's the worst thing that you could do, because before you sell something, you have to validate it and see if the market actually wants to buy it. And so by doing an MVP product, this is how we're gonna do it in terms of selling your advice. It all starts with creating LGC. LGC stands for lead generation content. It's specific content that when people see it, they go, wow, that speaks to me and I want to pay this individual for his or her advice. And so let's actually jump into my computer right now. I'm going to give you a couple examples of what LGC actually looks like. Now, this first example here comes from Josh, one of my students. And Josh here is creating a bodybuilding course to help guys build more muscle because that was a personal transformation that he had gone through. And so you can see at the top here, it goes, calling all men who are currently battling crazy schedules and inconsistent gains who want to build muscle and get one step closer to the dream physique. He says this, I am doing market research to conduct a program for guys who struggle to put on weight and muscle and want to take action. To do this, I'm looking for 10 guys who want to build a solid foundation of muscle. I would love to get on a quick 25-minute chat with you to ask you a few questions about your fitness routine, no strings attached. In exchange for your time, I'd love to offer you a free consultation where I will review your lifting technique or form and any exercise you'll be wondering about. Comment down below me if you want in on this. Now, this is so simple, right? You simply find a photo of whatever the transformation is that you're planning. In fitness, it's pretty simple because you just put a before and after. For something like productivity, it would just be a photo of me sitting at my desk, working on the computer or writing in a journal. But regardless of what you're saying inside your post, you simply just want to cater your post in terms of the copywriting of it, the words that you say, to the exact kind of person that you would want as a client. And it just so happens that if you make this post on your Instagram, if you make this post on your Facebook, or heck, you go into a Facebook group of a couple thousand people and you post that there, the right kind of people that are actually interested in buying your product will engage with that post. They will drop a like, they will comment you, they will add you as a friend, they will send you a message request. Regardless of what it may be, it's going to be pretty simple for you to get that person onto a phone call to have a very simple 20-minute interview chat. And once that happens, if you follow the right kind of interview script, most people, when they see that you're clearly an expert and that you can help them, they're more than willing to buy. I always like to say that if people see the value in what it is you have to sell, they will move heaven and earth in order to get it. And it turns out that Josh, within his first 30 days of me working with him, actually generated over $4,000 doing this. $4,500 to be exact. I'll give you another example of this. One of my other students, Aaron, is a 20-year-old, he's a young buck, very, very hungry to build a successful business. And he also had his own personal transformation in which he lost about 10 pounds of weight. And so now he's helping younger guys lose 10 pounds of weight within a 30-day period, and he's making different kinds of lead generation content. And this right here on the computer is a completely different example. And what's so cool about this is Aaron isn't even showing his face. You can see that he simply makes a post here where he's inside of a Facebook group called Intermittent Fasting Lifestyle, which has about 155,000 members. And he just simply makes a post with a quote that says, "What do you think is the #1 reason that over 40% of the USA is obese?" And you can see here in his Facebook post that he said that there's been over 600 comments in 2 hours. He has this cut out for him now. Over 600 people commented on this post because they wanted to engage and ask these questions. And guess what happens? When you engage with these people and you add them as a friend, some of them are gonna message you, some of you are gonna say, "Wow, I really engaged with your post and I connected with what you said." You simply transition them on to having a target market research call with you. And when you do that, you're gonna have a really, really good idea of what you can actually provide for them. And it just so happens that when you do this more than a couple times, you're gonna generate your first sales as well. You can see right here, Aaron is now crushing 4-figure days. In fact, he made his first $1,000 day within 4 days of selling his program using this exact strategy. And you can see that right there. And so Aaron, I'm really proud of you because you're 20 years old, you have no sales experience, yet you still made this happen. Now the third step is now that you've created lead generation content and you're getting people onto the phone, now it's really important to actually have a quality phone call with them. You can either have this on Zoom, Skype, phone, it really doesn't matter. The most important thing is you get an understanding of what your customers need, and then also, if they're a good fit, you enroll them into your own program. And this is where having the skill set of being able to close matters so much. Learning the skill set of actually how to close on the phone. And if you never had any sales experience, that's totally no problem. We can provide a script for you so that you can follow it. And even if you have zero experience like Aaron and Josh, you can still make it work. I want you to watch this playlist over here because that playlist actually covers exactly how to sell your course once you've actually created it. And so feel free to check that out once you're done with this video as well. Now, once you've been conducting a couple of these calls, really it's just a matter of time before you make your first sale. And when that happens, that's where the momentum catches fire and you begin to become more excited. And that's when we transition into step 4. And step 4 is now ramping up your LGC. Right? And that means putting more lead generation content out there. It's really important that whenever you make one post, say you choose one photo and you have one Instagram caption, if you post on Instagram, you want to repurpose and distribute that across all your other platforms. So take that same post, put it in 5 different Facebook groups, or heck, 10 different Facebook groups. Put that in your personal Facebook. If you have an email list, send it out on email as well. And when you do that, now rather than reaching only your Instagram followers, you're magnifying and multiplying all the hundreds, if not thousands, thousands of people that you're reaching just by using the same piece of content on multiple different platforms. And when you do this consistently, day in and day out, within a 30-day period, you're gonna be able to generate a lot of sales. You can see here that one of my clients, Sam, did this, and within a 30-day period, he generated over $11,000. One of my students, Lucas, he's an 18-year-old college freshman, and he sold a video game course, and he generated over $31,000 in 40 days doing this. Really, it doesn't matter if you're selling about video games, it doesn't matter if you're selling about dating advice, or if you're selling about fitness advice, any form of information that's valuable to you, that you've experienced, can change someone's life out there as well. And if you continue to stay persistent at this for 30 days, going at it daily, you can repeat this kind of success as well. Now, I know right now this might be really overwhelming for you, and I just want to reassure you that's completely normal. And that's why I want to break this down for you even more. I have a free training that I've put together for you. It's about 45-60 minutes long, where I show you the exact 3 steps that I took to personally building $500,000 business in less than 8 months, all with scaling on YouTube while selling one coaching program, selling my advice online. And so if you're interested in watching that, go ahead and click the first link down below in the description. That's where you can go ahead and type your name, your email, register for the training, and you'll get instant access to it. And by the way, if you didn't know, my team and I also have a flagship mentorship program called High Performance Influencer, where we show you step-by-step exactly how to build your own program as well and scale that on YouTube. And so enrollment is actually open right now as well. And so I'll leave a link down below for you to go ahead and register for a free strategy session with either me and my team to see if we're a great fit to work with each other. And I want to remind you that this video today was 100% free for you. So look, if you got value from this video, the one thing I ask is you drop a like, you leave a comment with what was most helpful, hit that subscribe and notification bell, and look, if you got value, I'm sure there's 5 of your friends that could also get value from it. So copy the link, share it with a friend, text it over to someone. Consider watching these next 2 playlists once you're done with this one. This first playlist here shows you exactly how to sell an online course successfully if you are currently looking to build one out. And then the second playlist is gonna show you how to be more productive. If you're looking to lock in your productivity and your mindset, that's the playlist to check out. And I cannot wait to see you next time. Remember, how you do one thing is how you do everything. I'll talk to you next time.